let's do this. Final hour. Dirt and Sprague here, probing your ears for one more hour. 4 hours a day now, baby. Got a lot to get to in the final hour of the show. I wish we could have the conversation we just had with Patrick Harris on the air, but we will not.
I don't.
The firm of Harris and Moraine coming up in an hour. They're getting ready. P. Harris is in here cooking up takes.
It's been great having the fourth hour. It's thrown my days off a little bit. Leaving work.
Some attorney-client privilege in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I'm going to plead the fifth on that one.
Pleading the fifth.
Whatever that conversation was.
Is what I would say that was.
We will not talk about that topic in the final hour of the show, but we will talk about the effort to keep the Blazers in Portland. This came out yesterday, and it started with a coalition of business owners, former players, former politicians, or attempted politicians. Basically, the group is comprised of Clyde. How about Clyde Drexler being involved in this thing, dude? Now that Jody's finally on the way out and Bert's not going to be calling shots anymore.
Clyde's back.
Yes.
Clyde's in this thing. He's like, yes, we got a new owner coming in. I'm back, baby. He did the interview where he basically said, remember, what was it? What team did they honor this year? One of the finals teams.
The 90s teams.
And he didn't show up.
He wasn't there for it.
He did an interview, and he was like, dude, I'm not going anywhere near Jody Allen and Burt Cole. I want nothing to do with him.
Receipts.
Yes, he is not happy. And so he clearly is back in the fold now that the team will be up for sale.
You still hold grudges against anybody at any one point in your life the way he's holding the grudge against Burt Cole?
Oh, I can't think.
What year was Clyde traded? 95?
94? Yeah.
95?
Yeah, because they won 94.
They won 94, and then he
went
went 95 and was on the second title.
So it's been 30 years?
Yeah.
No.
Anybody traumatize you from elementary school? You still know the name, and you're like, still hate you.
Not really. I hold a grudge against my high school for not putting me in the Hall of Fame. That's almost been 20 years now, so that's probably the closest one I got.
Cleveland, come on, bro.
What are we doing here, dude?
You're building a new school.
They're getting a new school. They're going to put, I'm sure, a new cool Hall of Fame wing in.
You said you won the PIO?
2006.
So that was
PIO
the last
title.
time that did it?
You know how many PIO football titles Cleveland has in their history?
One?
1947 and 2006.
Cleveland.
What are we doing?
This is for you.
I'm right here. You want the free PR? You want some pub on the air? I'm right here, baby. Put me in.
So the high school, your own high school.
That's my beef. That's my
Really?
beef, yeah.
I don't think I have any beef I've held on to the way
What would you want
Clyde
named
has.
after you that's appropriate?
Ooh. I don't know if I want anything named after me yet. That's more of like when you pass away kind of thing,
Dude,
I feel
getting
like.
in a school Hall of Fame is pretty
Just get me in the Hall of Fame. Like, give me a little thing on the wall, you know, with the other names. I don't know even know if they have a Hall of Fame or if it's just a symbolic thing, but I digress.
Park Crows only has like 2 or 3 names.
Yeah, we're letting everybody in. We're like the Basketball Hall of Fame at Cleveland. That's what makes it sting even more.
They have a lot of people?
Dude, there's people going in. I'm like, you're going in?
Like you went to school with them, so you know that?
You're going in?
Is Sam Tung one of them?
You're going. Sam Tung is not in the Hall of Fame. Clyde Drexler's back in the fold. Chris Dudley, who ran for governor once, who famously didn't live here but ran for governor.
One of our former bosses.
Yeah.
I saw the name and I went.
Look, he knows politicians.
Yeah.
It's fine. I know. Whatever. Running for governor and living in Vancouver was not a great call, but
He probably sent this from Seattle.
The former head of the Oregon Business Council, and you're not going to know that name. Former politicians. The CEO of Salt and Straw is in here.
That's a big deal, dude. Salt and Straw is
a big deal.
Blowing up. They had The Rock as an endorser for a long time. It's a big deal to get somebody like that.
So basically, they wrote the letter to the governor and the mayor. The governor and the mayor are now saying, yes, we agree. They've written a letter to the commissioner, and in their initial, basically, kind of pitch to the city, here's what they said, quote, for example, replacing the Moda Center with a new arena at the Lloyd Center or another central city location could not only secure the Blazers' future in Portland, but would revitalize downtown and create an even greater opportunity for the futures of the Albina neighborhood and Albina Vision Trust, the largest restorative redevelopment effort ever undertaken in the United States. Had to sound that one out. Annuity.
No, you did the thing where I don't know if you said it 100% right, but you did it well enough to get right past it.
And then Kotek and Wilson wrote, we fully support renovating the Moda Center to become a point of pride for the Blazers and for our city. We're prepared to explore public-private partnerships needed to make it happen. They wrote, the Blazers are in our DNA and at the center of what makes this community so special. So the whole pitch
Who
is...
wrote Tina Kotek's part?
Whoever her top assistant is, who her speechwriter is.
Who's the biggest Blazer fan
Does anybody know anything about basketball? We need you to write a statement here.
Maybe she is a diehard, though.
How funny would that be? That'd be interesting. And they've also said, look, it doesn't have to be a new arena. We're totally fine completely renovating the Moda Center. The city owns the arena now. Remember, they bought it from the Blazers a couple of years ago, and saying essentially as long as there is a buildup around it, like that could be another viable path. But we roll our eyes a lot at the local politicians, and I get it because they have not been on the right side of the sports fan argument largely over the last 30 years. I feel like at least in this moment of time, mainly because of what our city has gone through over the last 5 to 6 years and the lack of national interest in traveling here and the degradation that has happened with our city name, some of it deserved, some of it undeserved.
Yep.
It does seem like there is a now symbiotic relationship between the two sides of saying we cannot let this happen. It would cripple our economy. It would not be good. Businesses are already leaving to begin with.
Oh yeah.
And we need to be on the same page here. And at least that's a good place to start in an effort to build a new arena or completely facelift the Moda Center.
I mean, look, I think the facelift of the Moda Center is like very necessary. The district thing has been talked about ad nauseum at this point.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, we need that to be a district. It's a terrible area. There's nothing there. There's old stacks in a building that should not exist, but it does, that they're renovating as well. Selfishly, we talked about Lloyd Center earlier in the show, and I think it's cool all these business owners are getting a cheap lease option to have businesses. I'm a big supporter of that. I think that's, weirdly just growing up and living here my whole life, it's why I kind of like it. I am one of those weirdos that way.
Went to the Lloyd Center a lot when I was a kid, man.
I'm conditioned to unique business things going on. I hope those people can continue their businesses, but I also selfishly look at that area and wish there was more. I feel like as close as we get to turning a corner and maybe doing the right thing, we turn the other way and we're like, we're going to attack agro-tourism and we're going to destroy all of these family farms for no reason other than to appease other people.
Right.
And then it takes massive amounts of complaints and letters to be written to say, actually, okay, small farm owners, you can continue selling your blueberries and having little concerts on your property. That's okay. Like, I don't know why we attack certain things and make certain decisions. This is just one of those, like, it's hard to believe that we don't, as a city, look at it as an investment. And I'm not saying, like, bail out an owner who's a multi-billionaire or a group.
And pay for the entire thing.
Yeah, and say spend $2.5 billion. But I think to Swag's point earlier, it's more like if the ownership group, whoever it be, says we have some money, how can the city contribute money in a positive way? And a district, to me, is a positive thing of, like, are you going to attract businesses? Are you making livable areas that people want to be around? By doing that, are you then in turn, I guess, enticing other things around that area or close across the river in the city to be built up more? I think there are real adult conversations that can be had versus just simply going, guys, spending $1 billion on stadiums never pays off. Like, I don't think it's that cut and dry here.
If we had fixed all of our potholes, I would understand the argument a little bit better. But every time I drive, I'm feeling like my truck's gonna fall apart.
No, I'm with you there. And that, like, I love this city.
Yeah,
I do.
I do too.
Fundamentally love it. I love all the quirks about it. I also see all of the negatives that people point about it. I'm one that wants to continue participating in the city and not move away to the country hillside and then be scared guy who bitches and moans, but he never goes to it. I thought an interesting part was Sean Hyken wrote a blurb, and he brought up the jock tax that got passed by the MLB Diamond Project. And he wrote this, because people like to tout that as an option.
$800 million or whatever it was.
$800 million in jock tax. He says the funding structure probably won't work for the Blazers because the funds for the baseball stadium come from income taxes on future ball player salaries rather than diverting money from taxes on NBA players that the city is already collecting and using for other more pressing matters.
Yeah.
But if the state was willing to help out with a ballpark for the Portland Diamond Project, a group that doesn't even have a publicly owned owner for the hypothetical baseball team that has mostly functioned as a merch company since 2018.
Ouch.
I have to think if it really came down to it, they'd do what they'd have to do to help get an arena built. And I check that box for me. Argue with how much money cities should spend or never spend a dime. I believe there is a benefit to helping district get built up and what that can mean for it. Now, there's a lot of details and a lot of questions, but I took the launch yesterday from that group and the leaders of, we're here. We will be sitting down having adult conversations about what this city needs to do to keep the team here.
We desperately need to keep it here and whatever it takes. How long did the Key Arena renovation take? Do you guys remember?
When they actually made it Climate Pledge?
when it started and they dug out the whole thing. Because I think the only thing they kept was the roof, if I'm not
yeah,
mistaken.
it's just the structure outside,
Yeah,
which I'll
which
be
is
at
a
that
historic
Friday.
thing. Yeah, you're going to be up there.
I'll be
tomorrow.
up there
Well,
tomorrow.
I was up there when they did the Key Arena one.
My brother
Yeah, I'm
worked.
not counting that because that one was a disaster.
So the
Yeah.
outside walls of Climate, if you haven't been there, have these massive windows.
Yeah.
My brother was one of the window people. He put in all the windows in Climate Pledge. He would take pictures of it
I
and
think it
send
was
it
like
to
a
me.
year and a half.
I think it was 2 to 2.5 years.
I guess the question would become if we had to do something like that in the city, what do we do?
Well, you said the Coliseum is being
The
renovated.
Coliseum's
correct?
going under renovations right now, yeah.
What's the capacity if the seating is right?
For basketball?
Max for the Coliseum? Is it 13?
Yeah.
12?
Well, it was for years. It was
Thank you.
12,666.
So let's call it that,
Yeah.
just for argument's sake.
Could you play there for 2 years if you had to?
You have no choice. Now, Climate
I mean,
Pledge
this is why the alternative is building a new arena, because you can
Yeah.
continue to play in the Moda Center until the new arena is built,
Great.
and then figure out what the hell you want to do with the new
that's
arena.
great. Where are you building it? That's the problem I have is like I think the renovation is the most realistic scenario here unless something big comes our way that we don't know about.
Yeah.
The Climate Pledge Part 2. Now, it's important because they mentioned this I think in their announcement and their backing. It's waves of renovation. Climate Pledge was empty. There was nothing needed for it. The Storm went and played at the Huskies arena.
Yeah, yeah.
And they had nothing else. So it was easy to say complete teardown gutting.
Do
'cause
all you need to do.
Swag, you and I don't know about you. I went to Key Arena back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
I went to the Seattle Coliseum.
There you go. It was as bland an
I've been in-
arena.
I've been in all three.
You were
all-
there when they built the Space
all
Needle.
three
I didn't even know there was a
versions of
Seattle
it.
Coliseum.
Key Arena was as bland an arena as I'd ever been in. I
Yeah.
thought it was cool because I want to see Gary Payton, but like not anything special. That was a complete gutting internally, and all that stood was the bones. So this would be waves of renovation, which I think is a really important factor here. They're already doing it this summer, I think, with the scoreboard.
Yeah, they're starting because they got to get ready for the Final Four that's coming to town in a couple of years.
If the worst case scenario is for a year or 2 seasons, there needs to be like one of those waves, massive renovation that not going to be done in time.
You shut down right at the end of the year. Maybe you miss one season, and then you're ready for the start of
Dude,
the
it's
next
not
year. or something.
ideal, but
Yeah. You got to figure something out.
yeah.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm glad that it seems like
I'm weirdly excited, actually.
I am
not
too.
fear-mongering. I'm kind of excited of where is this
with
gonna
this
go.
from yesterday, especially. Like, this is great to have, and I don't know if they'll be able to figure it out and cut through all the red tape, and there's still a ton of hurdles that you got to overcome. Nobody's denying that. You got to sell the damn team first and figure out what the owner wants to do, and maybe you sell to a Steve Ballmer who's like, dude, here's $1 billion. Let's build a new stadium. I'll do it. I got all the money in the world.
I may have mentioned this to you guys off the air during one of our Blazers segments when the sale was announced, or maybe I said it on the air, but I listened to a Simmons pod. He has a name. Like, he's heard a name that
Yeah.
wants to bid on this team. He wouldn't say the name, obviously. That's a dude that's, he's worth $200 million as a media entertainer, but
Was he the one that said Bezos was going to buy the Celtics, or did he shoot that down?
no, I think he had mentioned that he had heard Bezos, but Bezos
Okay.
was a popular name.
I was told by a lot of people that Bezos was going to buy the Celtics.
He just teased that he knew of at least a name that's going to be in on the auctioning of, because I think that's how they're doing that process.
Yeah.
Is like an auction for billionaires, whatever. I'd love to see what masks they wear. I have it like as a sex party where they have weird masks and they auction it off with like crow masks on. That'd be
Who
kinda
bought
cool.
it? You got to find out at the end. They take their mask off, and you find out who the new owner of the
Vanilla
team
Sky.
is. Whoa!
But he had said he had heard a name, and so like I understand people are scared, they're nervous, this stuff comes out. I'm kind of living in a positive bubble here, and I hope it's not burst, but I want my city, I want our hometown to
I
win.
want to have cool stuff,
so,
dude. I want to have fun stuff.
Yeah. I want that good stuff.
Like
to
a new
happen.
arena and concerts and a cool district to go to your stadium and things to do around the arena, and an arena that remains inside the city limits and not built in Hillsborough or Damascus or wherever you have free land to go do what you want to do.
I want us to get nice things.
Yes.
I've always famously said the Blazers don't get nice things.
We deserve nice things.
The Blazers' Dame Lillard reaction and reunion was a good thing. I want nice things to happen. This is a nice thing, hopefully.
It's a good start. We'll see where it goes, but the group is put together. Former players, business executives coming together with now the governor and the mayor of the city to say, keep your damn hands off our basketball team. The Blazers are staying in Portland. The group is called Rip City Forever, and they've written a letter to the commissioner.